Okay, hi everyone. It's Beth from B.Styled. Finally here, 5 or 10 after 1, live on Thursday for my weekly chat with you all. Today we're talking tucking. This is a topic that I get a lot, a question I get a lot. Whether to tuck, whether to not tuck, whether to half tuck, how to half tuck, all things tucking. It's a big source of confusion. There's a lot of information out there. I spent some time doing some research and there's a lot of conflicting information. It's very confusing, and so I don't want you to spend your time Googling whether to tuck or untuck because it's a deep, dark hole you can fall into. I'm going to try to simplify it. And as I always say, I'm not a huge fan of rules, so I'm not going to give you any hard and fast rules. I'm going to give you some guidelines, and feel free to ask questions. Hopefully I'll be able to see them. And I'm going to share this with my private group. Give me a second. Thank you for joining. I can't see who's here. If you're here and want to say hello, give me a hello. Anna's here. Hi, Anna. How you doing? What a day we have here in Boston, in the Boston area. It's a cool, crisp, beautiful fall day. I think I'm just going to share this later. Never mind. Anyway, I'm going to start. I'm going to start with a kind of a basic rule of thumb when it comes to deciding whether you're going to tuck or you're going to untuck. Hi, Lynn. A lot of it comes down to your waistedness. Are you long-waisted? Are you short-waisted? Or are you just proportional? Because that does have an impact. So I have an easy trick. If you don't know, a lot of people just know. If it's very obvious, you just know. You know, if your boobs are kind of hanging on your waistband, you know, if there's very little space between your stomach, your waist, and the bottom of your chest, then you're probably short-waisted. But if you're not sure, you just want a little handy-dandy party trick. Next time you're at a party, you can pull out your pink measuring tape like mine and measure. And you're just going to measure two things and compare whether one is bigger than the other. You're going to measure from your underarm, your armpit, top of your armpit. I've got to plug in my computer for a second so I don't run out of power. Sorry. Technical stuff, not my forte. So you're going to measure from your underarm to your waist. Let's do inches. To your natural waist. I kind of feel for your natural waist. So in my case, it's a 12. Okay? Now I'm going to measure from my natural waist to the bottom of my tush. Right to the bottom of your tush. And in my case, it's a 12. So I'm evenly proportioned for whatever that's worth. But if the number from your waist to the bottom of your tush is longer than this measurement, then you are long-waisted. If the measurement is shorter from your underarm to your waist, if that number is shorter than your bottom number, you're short-waisted. Does that make sense? It should make sense. If this number is shorter than this number, you're short-waisted. If this number is the longer one than this one, you're long-waisted. Okay? You want to tell us, everyone here, whether you're long-waisted or short-waisted, or whether you just don't care and you want to just learn about tucking? Let's just do that. Okay. General rule of thumb that your mother may have taught you, if you're clearly short-waisted, if you Google what to do when you're short-waisted, everyone will tell you don't tuck in. You're not going to tuck in a shirt. You're not going to do this when you're short-waisted, right? Because it's going to accentuate that, it's going to make this part of your body, your torso, just appear that much shorter. By having your top out and hitting at about your hip bone, I call this the hip bone zone. This is kind of the magic hip bone zone. If you feel your hip bone, and you go within like 3 inches of that, below the hip bone, that's kind of the sweet spot. So when you're short-waisted, having a top that ends at about that length, that point on your body, is going to elongate your torso and make you appear less short-waisted. Tucking in is going to make you appear more short-waisted, okay? Are you with me? A lot of people that are short-waisted also carry weight in their stomach. So a lot of people are like, they don't want to tuck in anyway because they feel like it's just going to accentuate that extra weight in their stomach. So a lot of people who are short-waisted tend to buy big, voluminous tops and wear them out and, big and boxy because they feel more comfortable and they feel like they're hiding that middle region. But we all know big and boxy you think you're covering things up, you're really just creating more volume in your body, and that's not what you're trying to accomplish when you get dressed. You're trying to, at the end of the day, we're always trying to create a waist. Whether we have it or not, you're trying to create a womanly shape with a waist. And by wearing things really big and boxy, you're not doing that, right? So that's where the half tuck comes in. Now, stay with me. A lot of people here despise the half tuck. Mary upstairs, she thinks it's the dumbest thing that ever came around. One of my favorite bloggers, who's like one of my favorites, Jolynn Shane, she was talking the other day about how she's not a fan either. She doesn't like it because she feels like it creates, a funny side view. I personally like the half tuck. I think it's the kind of thing that you have to try it. And it's where the dreaded mirror selfie comes in handy. Take a mirror selfie, put the top on, make sure it fits you, make sure the top fits you, and then take a picture. Take a picture in front of a mirror with it untucked and with a half tuck, and look, and you'll just decide by looking at it whether you think the half tuck looks better. What a half tuck does is it creates the illusion of a waist that is not created when you're doing this, when you're just big and boxy, okay? It's creating that waist, but you're not doing it so tight that you're showing, your stomach, because the half tuck is gonna blouse over it and be forgiving, okay? So I'm gonna demonstrate some different ways of doing this, okay? I have on a sweater right now. This is my Everlane cashmere sweater that I love as just a great sweater that's not a tunic. You're not gonna wear this with leggings or anything. But it's not really tight. I sized up to make it kind of a roomy fit, so I could wear a top underneath it. I'm not today, but it's kind of got a roomy fit. And what I like to do with this is to do a half tuck. I wish I could see what I'm doing. All the comments are covering up. I hope you guys can see my midsection here, can't you? If I stand here. So all you do, it's very simple, is take the hem of your top. There's two ways to do it. One is to go off center. So go to like a belt loop, like the first belt loop to one side of the button on your pants. And you're just gonna take a little bit of the fabric and push it in there. You're not gonna jam it in. You're just gonna stick it in slightly. Okay, hi Anne. And then you're gonna blouse it out. By doing it off center like that, like I said, I really can't see it. I don't know. By doing it off center, you're creating a diagonal line. And if we go back to geometry, or just, I don't know if it's geometry, but a diagonal line is a slimming, flattering look. It draws the eye instead of straight across where you're cutting things off. It's creating that diagonal line. That's why a lot of dresses are cut like that, on the bias like that, with a diagonal line. It's just more flattering. So you're creating a diagonal line. I'm still not tucked in. I'm not, but I've elongated my legs by tucking in a tiny bit, showing more of my legs. So, and when that's always a good thing to make your legs look longer. And I'm still blousing over any, stomach issues here. They're hidden, and voila. The other option is to go front and center if you're kind of a symmetrical person. Some people like symmetrical, and just put it in there and then blouse it out there. And then you're leaving it long in the back and shorter in the front, which is just, like it or hate it, it's kind of the style. It's what all the bloggers are doing, which doesn't make it right, but it's kind of it's at a hip, up-to-date look that I personally like. But if you don't like it, don't do it. That's always my message, okay? Please ask me questions. I am just rambling here. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. That's an easy way of doing a half tuck. Now, I'm going to show you a top. Let's say you're looking at me and you're saying, Beth, I'm not doing the half tuck. I don't like the half tuck. I'm short-waisted, or I just don't like it. So then let's talk about the kind of tops, an example of a top that is going to work untucked and still look professional and polished. This is just a blouse. Believe it or not, it's from the Express. Remember the Express? It is, I forget the name of the top, but I will link to it. It is a polyester top, so it has flow and movement, which we know I like. And Lynn is asking about a button down, meaning kind of the opposite of this kind of top. Well, this is a button down top, but I think she means like the more crisp button down. That's a trickier call when it comes to the half tuck. I think with a crisp button down, you either want to, I kind of think you want to tuck it all the way in, or if it's tailored enough and it has darting and you can wear it untucked, leave it untucked. But if it's a crisp, like, you know, Brooks Brothers crisp shirt, then the half tuck is just it's not gonna work. But on a flowy shirt like this, see how it is shorter? It's not a tunic. I'm not getting swallowed up by it, but it has a curved hem, which gives it a nice finish. It's very, you know, it's got that, again, those curved lines versus straight across is more flattering. And this can just stay untucked and be fine. Now, if you wanted to, you could also do the half tuck with this. And because the fabric is so loose and flowy, it works. And it kind of gives it that cool vibe. If you wanted to, you know, if you're wearing skinny jeans or jeans and you wanted to kind of lengthen your leg with a little tiny half tuck, this kind of top would work. Okay, now I have one other example, and I'm actually going to put it on right over this sweater. This is more of a tunic. So this is a long top. This top on me hits me, you know, well down on my thigh. Not mid thigh, but it's pretty long. Oh, if you want to hide comment, then swipe left. Someone's giving me an exam, telling me what to do. Julie, swipe to right if you want to hide comments. Oh, thank you, Julie. That's magic. I love you guys. I didn't know that. Now I can see what I'm doing. Thank you, Julie. Anyway, here is a tunic. I got this on Amazon, and it's just this. What kind of material is this? I don't know, but it is, again, it's flowy, but it's a little more casual, more sort of substantial than this green one. And anyway, it's more of a tunic. It's long enough that you could actually wear it with leggings. You could wear it with very skinny jeans. It's going to cover, so you could wear it out with leggings or skinny jeans and be fine. But let's say you were wearing it with boot cut pants, jeans, or straight leg jeans, and you wanted to bring it up a little bit, elongate your legs. You're not going to jam it in and tuck it all the way in. You might want to do a half tuck with the top like this. I want to tell you the fabric on this. Why do they make it so hard to find? Oh, now I'm not going to be able to see. It is made out of, it's 95 polyester and 5% spandex. And it's that spandex that makes it stretchy and fabulous and doesn't wrinkle. You can travel with it, roll it up in a ball, and it's not going to wrinkle. And it comes in solids, and I'm more of a solid person, but I like this mod pattern, so I'll link to it. But anyway, I'm just going to hold it up to show you that the way it hangs is nice. It kind of has some shape to it. You see how it's not big and boxy like some tunics can be, or too voluminous. It will hang on the body. But I'm going to show you how to half tuck. I'm going to put it right over my sweater to make it easy, so I'm not going to undress in front of you people. All right, so let's say I wanted to half tuck this. For the sake of demonstration, I'm going to fully tuck in this sweater. It's going to be very uncomfortable, but just to pretend I'm not wearing the gray sweater, okay? Oh, I love live video. Anyway, okay. So here I have it as a tunic. It's long. It works. It's fine because you see how it kind of comes. It kind of comes in on my waist. There's a little bit of that C shape, I call the C and the reverse C. When you hold a shirt like this on a hanger, you want to see that shape. And this kind of has that. But that's the way it looks, and I'm wearing like corduroy jeans. That's how it looks untucked. Now, I'm gonna do the half tuck. Anyway, so for this I would go, again, on the side, probably. There's one option. And then I kind of fold this back side. That's the half tuck that way, or again, you could do it front and center. What I would also do with a top like this is throw a jacket on. A jacket, like a jean jacket or a blazer, will kind of finish it off for one thing, and it will create that shape that a somewhat shapeless top like this might have. But you don't need the jacket. It has the open neckline, a V-neck. That's always slimming. It's always going to elongate a short waist. V-necks are your friend, girls. Turtlenecks are not. High necks are not as much your friends as a V-neck when you're short-waisted. Long necklaces like this create that vertical line, that vertical shape. So if you are wearing a high neck, a crew neck, and you're short-waisted and you want to create a vertical line, a necklace, a long, something thicker than this probably, a long pendant necklace will create that vertical line. A thin scarf that's worn, like if you're wearing a turtleneck or a higher necked top, a long thin scarf will create that vertical line. It's all geometry, people, that's all. Anyone have any questions? Anyone? Oh, now I gotta go like this to see the questions. I do. Oh, Dory's here. Hi, Dory. Julie, thanks again for that post. That was so helpful. Lynn is asking, how do you handle button down? Okay, I talked about that. Crunchy shirts, that's what I call them. You know, crisper shirts are harder. Those you almost need to either tuck all the time or get them with nice seaming, like usually it'll say a slim cut or so that you can wear it untucked. And you want it to hit at the hip bone zone. All right, people, I'm here for any questions you might have. I've almost gone a half an hour. No, 20 minutes. Help me out here. Anyone have a question? If you don't have any questions, I guess I'm gonna sign off. I hope that was helpful. If you have specific questions about your body type and any struggles you're having with how to dress it, it's very hard to make big sweeping, generalizations. Every body is different. There are guidelines, but none of these are set rules. Try the outfit selfie, even just if you're the only one looking at it, or go into my private group, the Just Get Dressed group, and post the 2 pictures and tag me, and I'll tell you, yes, that's better tucked, that's better half tucked, that's better untucked. I'll give you my opinion if nothing else. All right? I welcome you to do that. It's the hashtag Just Get Dressed private Facebook group. It's free, and it's a great place to post pictures that no one else on the internet is going to see. All right? Well, thank you for watching this week, and I'll be back next Thursday live at 1 o'clock. See you then. Bye for now.